Okay, on this video, I'm going to show you how to set up an equation and solve a word problem that gives you the perimeter and asks you to find the length and the width. So you'll be given something like this. The length of a rectangle is 6 feet longer than the width. The perimeter is 40 feet. Find the length and width. So the first thing you're going to do is draw a picture of your rectangle. Now it says the length is 6 feet longer than the width. So you're going to call the width something. I would call it W. You could call it X, or just pick whatever letter you like. It can be your first initial, it doesn't matter. So then if the length is 6 feet longer than the width, then whatever the width is, you're going to add 6 to get it. So if the width is 2, then that would mean that the length would be 8. If the width is 3, then 3 plus 6 would be 9, and the length would be 9. If the width is 10, then because it's 6 foot longer, it'd be 10 plus 6, it'd be 16. So whatever this number is, you add 6 to it to get the length. Then, because it's a rectangle, this side is also W, this side is also W plus 6. Perimeter is all of the sides added up, and so that would be W plus W plus W plus 6 plus this W plus 6. And we know that the perimeter is 40 because they told us that. So 40 is equal to this equation. And now we can combine like terms. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 W's, and 6 plus 6 is 12. So then you solve this equation. You subtract 12 from both sides, and 40 minus 12 is 28. Bring down the 4W, and then divide both sides by 4, and you get 7 is equal to W. So that means 7 is the width. So 7 plus 6 is 13, so that would have to be your length. And then you can double check the perimeter. 13 plus 13 is 26, 7 plus 7 is 14, and 14 plus 26 does give you 40, so you know you've done it right. So it says find the length and width, and I need to say the unit, and I did, it said feet, so you need to say 7 feet, and you can say by 13 feet, or you can say and 13 feet, and this is what you're going to type into your text box on Google Slides, on the assignment on Schoology, okay? This is example number 1 on Schoology, okay? Example number 2, the second of two numbers is 4 times the first. Their sum is 50. Find the numbers. So in the first one, we made a rectangle. On this one, we're just going to write down first number and second number. We're going to list them. We're going to list the things we're talking about. We just got two numbers here. We got a first one and a second one. The second is 4 times the first. So if I call the first one X, the second one is 4 times as much, so that would be 4 times X. And then their sum is 50. Sum means addition, so X plus 4X is equal to 50. Now remember, this X is like a 1X. 1X plus 4X is 5X. Oops, 50. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 5, so I get X equals 10. So that means my first number is 10, and my second number, 4 times 10, is 40. And that works. It says the second of two numbers is 4 times the first. 40 is definitely 4 times 10, and their sum is 50. 10 plus 40 is 50. So you would say 40 and 10, and you'd put that in the text box in Schoology. There's no units on this because it's just the first number and the second number. Okay, number 3. 3 consecutive integers, find 3 consecutive integers whose sum is 48. So consecutive means in a row. Consecutive days would be like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So consecutive integers would be like 7, 8, 9, or 12, 13, 14, or 120, 121, and 122. So we've got 3 numbers. We've got the first one, we've got the second one, and we've got the third one. So usually you want to make your smallest thing the letter. You know, we had our width was W. Our width is smaller than our length. We had a first number and a second number, and the first number was smaller, so we called it X. So make your first number here X. Well, then how do you get to the next consecutive integer? If this is 7, how do I get to 8? Well, I add 1 to it, and then I keep adding 1. So then this would be X plus 2. So X plus 1, X plus 2. Now, this problem talks about consecutive integers. There are problems that talk about consecutive even or consecutive odd. Okay, so consecutive even would be like 10, 12, 14, etc. Consecutive odd would be like 5, 7, 9, etc. Okay, so if the first one's x, the next one would be x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, and so on. Well, people want to think that with odd it would be x and then x plus 1 and x plus 3, but it's not. Odd numbers are 2 apart, just like even numbers are 2 apart. From 5 to 7, I've got to add 2, and from 7 to 9, I've got to add 2. So I'm going to move this x. So if I have an x, then my next odd number would be x plus 2, and then x plus 4, x plus 6, and so on. So even and odd are both set up the same way because even and odd numbers are both 2 apart. Consecutive numbers are 1 apart, so it's a 1, a 2, 3, and so on. So just keep that in mind. Now, their sum is 48. So if I add them up, x plus x plus 1 plus x plus 2 is 48. So x, x, and x, when I add that up, gives me 3 x's. 2 plus 1 is 3. So I change that to 3x plus 3. Subtract 3 from both sides, and I get 3x equals 45. Divide both sides by 3, and you get x equals 15. So that means my x is 15. So my first number is 15. My next number then would be 16. 15 plus 1 is 16, and 15 plus 2 is 17. My 3 numbers in a row are 15, 16, and 17. So that's how you do these problems. They're easier to set up than some story problems are, so hopefully you get along pretty well with these.